What's up, hula hands? We're back with deal of the week. Johnny, where are we at this week for our deal?
The Dow, buddy. We are in vacation land on the west side, and that is Kaanapali, Danny. Kaanapali means rolling hills in Hawaiian, and I swear Kaanapali is right where the rain stops whenever we have trade wind showers. I've watched it myself. I drive down from my house in Napili. It is gray, and the minute I touch Pu'uko'oli'i Road, it just stops. So
What a trip.
just a little microclimate forest. Kaanapali is where everything's happening right now on the west side because we don't have Lahaina back yet. It's always been a place for vacations. In fact, it is the first master plan resort community in America. And we kicked it off in the 60s with the Royal Lahaina and the Sheraton. And now that it's all filled in, you got the Sheraton on the north end and the Hyatt Regency on the south end. You've got Marriott represented there, the Westin. We are focusing on Kaanapali Royal, though. So let's show them the map there, Danny, so they get an idea where they are at. So here we go.
Zoomed in.
That's it. So you can see we are not on the ocean. We are just across from the Kai course. So you've got all the resorts that are along there. You do have two vacation rentable condos that you can buy and own at. They are the Kaanapali Royal and the Kaanapali Ali'i, as well as the Whaler. The Whaler, for example, you can enjoy studios there for $1.4 million and change. And that's another reason why we like Kaanapali Royal so much. But one of the things I really, really like, dude, is condos tend to be smaller. Can we agree?
Across the island, yes.
Yeah. So, typically I'm used to two bedrooms being in the 750 to 900 square foot range. We're looking at 1,500 and change for this guy here, Danny. So
Wow.
they live large. So when you have a large condominium and you're going to put a lanai on it, well, you got to make sure that that guy's large as well. And that is another big bonus. So location, you're in the heart of vacation land. That'll never stop. Even when Lahaina is back, Whaler Village is still super fun. All the fun stuff there on Kaanapali. Also, in terms of security, I don't know if it's necessary, but it also happens to be a gated community as well. So there we go. So let's show
what's
them.
available.
Yeah, let's jump on it, brother.
So right now, 5 different units. Quite a range, as we seen last week in the deal of the week. There's a range within the same complex. We're going $1,075,000 all the way up to $1,004,000.
So the $1,075,000 has only been listed for less than 60 days. The $1,004,000, how long's that one been on the market?
200 and some days.
So who do you feel is showing the most motivated behavior on this list here?
Probably the bottom one.
There you go. Last two closings have been in the sub $1,000,001 range. I want to say it was $1,050,000 and $1,060,000. Both of them in somewhat challenged locations, but that kind of gives us an idea as to where prices were drifting, right? So we're going to take a look at the one for $1,075,000. It is K201.
And real quick, Johnny, let's just show them the map of the complex. You kind of see,
There
A
it is.
building to Q building. There is a bit of a difference in location and view. The C building is where the 1.4 is, so unobstructed view, golf course right in front of you. The H building, Johnny would like to highlight that one. That was where the highest sale was during the height of the market.
Yep.
So $1,950,000 on that one.
I was in that one, and that they just absolutely blew that guy out. Now, H building happens to be the most challenged location within the community because that gray little line at the bottom there is our local highway. And that is Honoapi'ilani. So a bit of road noise there. However, very interesting that the highest sale was in that building there. K building, so there's nothing obstructing the view there as well, although you do look over the pool. The pool's not hyper close to where I'd be like, you know what, you may gonna listen to some kids playing. Quite frankly, it's so close to the ocean. Whenever I'm up there, I mean, not a lot of people at the pool, quite frankly, there as well. So
Show them the subject.
let's check it out, man.
So it's a 2-2. It's 1,500 square feet. You kind of, this
Yep.
first picture here, you see sort of location, positioning. Now, for the better pictures, we're going to go to the property management website.
Yes.
So here you go.
They They really were better.
A lot better. You get a sneaky
Yeah.
peek of an ocean view, Johnny. Not a ton of an ocean
No,
view.
it's a
You get the water
vacation
from the
view.
golf course. It's a
Yeah.
vacation view. Very, yeah, resorty, like people in the pool. All right, come into the
Just
unit.
in the world of hierarchies of views, right? So I remember selling new homes for Del Webb, active adult community. We were whacking people $100,000 for a lot premium for being on the golf course. In Maui, don't matter. I want the ocean, man.
Nobody cares about the golf course,
No,
really.
they're like, bro, you can keep that golf course view. But there it is. Little view of Lanai. Definitely vacation vibes.
Lanai is pretty spacious. Yeah.
Dude, the lanais are gigantic. Like literally, like if you wanted to be weird, you could pitch a tent and put your kids out there on the lanai.
It could be weird. It could be fun.
Right?
Be fun.
So,
Get creative.
alrighty.
So yeah, you got room for dining table, room for sofa. There's a barbecue on the other side.
Which sometimes you cannot have, right? Barbecues and condos sometimes frowned upon. So
Quite
yeah,
rare,
that's
actually.
the whole other side there, man.
So how do you feel about the condition, John? It's got some updates.
I
Shows
would
some
call
datedness.
this well-maintained condition if I was using realtor speak, marketing language.
Well
Yeah,
maintained for a long
well-maintained.
time. Well loved.
Shows some
Well
updates
maintained.
in the past, right? It needs to be updated.
Could
If
use
you
a
want to
little
get
refresh to make it your own.
there it is. I mean, it's still getting, it hasn't been vacation rented very long. It's still getting some 5-star reviews. In fact, that's all it's received so far. However, if you wanted to operate at the highest dollar and attract people back again, doing a rehab is going to be a good thing, in my opinion.
Here you go, Johnny. Let's show them one of the 5-star reviews just to get a little vibe. So, unit is spacious and roomy. It's clean, nicely decorated, island style. Has everything that one needs. The location is excellent. I have to say a special thanks to the staff who's been super helpful in completing last-minute reservation, getting the unit ready, helping us move in. Kaanapali Royal is a place I've been many times, but I have to say the second floor unit is way better than the third or the first, and I will come back despite the current tragedy and devastation that was after the fire. Johnny, why is the second floor better than the first and the third?
Because people hate stairs, Danny. And we definitely attract a mature clientele, if you would. I mean, that is our specific niche here, retiring with Maui. And although many mature people take the stairs all the time, I just find that my experience with them is that they would prefer not to have stairs. So you are at parking lot level at K201. You park your car in the parking lot. You bring your groceries directly into your unit. No stairs to deal with. So that
That's
is a
slick.
big deal. It really, really is.
And you see it from the 5-star review. That is something from someone who's been at the complex, stayed at the complex many times. They highlight that as a key feature to this unit.
That's how you'll get repeat guests as well, is I don't want to deal with the stairs.
Let's go back to the pictures.
Yeah.
A little bit inside.
Yeah.
So you get a sofa on one side, dining table in the middle, kind of your lower family room, living space, TV, another dining table upstairs, kitchen. Kitchen's got some new and old, new appliances, older cabinets. Here's your primary suite, right out on the lanai and the barbecue, in case you want that morning breakfast. So there's a couple stairs inside the unit, yeah, Johnny? There's kind of a drop down from upper to lower.
There's a few little step downs throughout here. So just full disclosure, this is definitely one of them. You come from the dining kitchen section, and then there's a little bit of a step down into that. Another benefit to Kaanapali Royal is that they did develop this place with central air conditioning. Central air conditioning, believe it or not, is a rarity on Maui. It's becoming more common, but in the past, everybody just went trade winds, etc. That's why you see so many of these complexes or units where they'll be doing ductless, etc. It's an after the fact, right? So also it's an oddity, but the AOAO fee that you pay monthly covers the portion of the electricity that cools the water in the AC units. And then owners are responsible for maintaining the fans and the actuators of the units, which leads me to believe that the actual AC is under the AOAO, but I need to do a dive in the condo documents. So full disclosure,
Always
guys,
nuances.
it's exactly. So full disclosure, these are not numbers for the specific unit. The specific unit was a long-term rental for a period of time to house fire people, and then people that were associated with dealing with stuff around the fires, not necessarily fire victims, also rented it out till May. So then it hit the rental pool. I want to speak about motivation here. We already see the behavior we're always looking for, where you list aggressively compared to everybody else right out the gates, right? The reason why this one is listed, however, is because the parents have passed away, and now this is the children's inheritance. And by the fact that they're listing it, it tells you that they have no emotional attachment. They would prefer to have the money. So that's another thing that I'm looking for in the worlds of motivation.
And deals.
This,
That is a
yep,
key factor in your deal finding strategy. It's not just about price, that is part of
no.
it, but some of these other nuances really play into that as well.
Well, so this one's a great example here. We know this is a buddy of ours that has this listed here. He also manages through Maui Paradise Properties. He's part of that at a high level, right? And this is the unit that he has listed that we're going to compare numbers with, because I do feel that condition-wise they're similar and view-wise they're similar as well. When he sent me over the numbers last night, he wanted me to understand that his seller is highly motivated to sell this C unit because his kids don't want it and he's not coming to Maui. However, that's a statement. The price
Yes.
tells me something different about the motivation. Can we agree? So,
Yes.
talk us through the numbers here, Danny. So, what year is this from here?
So this is 2022. You'll see on this top line rent income, 165,000 gross income.
So this was in the condition it currently is back in 2022. I will make the statement that 2022 was an absolute banger of a year for vacation rentals on Maui. This is when people were allowed, as long as they got vaccinated, to roam about the country, and everybody came back to Maui. It went kablooey. So that is the benchmark there at $165, 165,000. I do feel that we see that and surpass that if we do a remodel on our guy here. And more importantly, we get Lahaina back in business. So
That's a key factor in this.
for sure. So what did they produce last year, Danny? What did they do in 2025?
So 2025, here we see it, 65,000.
There it is. So $100,000 less. So one could say that we went from the height of the heights to the depth of the depths because they burned our town down, right? But our town will be rebuilt. There are a lot of people out there that can get to Maui within 4 to 5 hours, and they want to come back.
This is part of the risk reward play, right? A lot of people kind of downplaying the Airbnb model, those sorts of things right now. They're feeling not a lot of tourists, but we have clients that are actively self-managing. We talked about this on yesterday's show. Go and check it out. We'll drop it in the notes. They're actively managing it themselves. They market it super well. They connect with their clients. They have repeat guests. They are crushing numbers. So this one, I mean, we talk about this, Johnny. So average daily rate on this from last year is $236 per night for 270
Which seems like
nights.
crap to me, dude. That seems
So
like
this is
crap.
1,500 square feet, 2 bedrooms, lanai, barbecue. If we go just down to the beach at the Hyatt or the Sheraton, even if we go on the other side of the building and we just have golf course view or mountain view, we're $550 a night on average.
Now, keep in mind,
400 square feet.
that's the daily rate. We love to pack on all the transient accommodation taxes and all that other crap there as well, right?
Yeah, so 236. So you're half the price of a hotel room, and the hotel room is 1/3 of the size. So we feel if this is better marketed, if this is better promoted in various channels, that there's a lot of people that would prefer 1,500 square feet and a kitchen and a barbecue than 400 square feet in a hotel room. And that's not always going to be the case. Some people are going to be in the hotel room because that's just what they prefer.
I agree. To get max rentability out of this guy here, we need to do a bit of a remodel. So we need to update that kitchen, those bathrooms. I would, to me, I don't know yet. I'm going to get into it on Sunday. I'll video it then. Those look like laminate floors, the old style. I can already hear my feet walking on them. but maybe a little LVP love or something in there as well. In the world of disclosures, the best values out there are still in the uncertain zone, and this is a calculated risk. This is a Minatoya List condo. Bill 9 has passed. However, it was also on this Exhibit 2 list where the county feels that this makes a good target to actually allow to be vacation rented. The owners and the AOA have submitted a lawsuit. They were the first ones out the gates. They absolutely state that in the development documents, when this was built 45 years ago, that the stated uses were temporary residences, long-term residences, and rentals. So it's not like they're looking for something. This wasn't workforce housing. This was built in a resort area specifically for these types of activities. I do feel that Maui County is going to get a spanking, dude, because we already tried to do this in Oahu and they got spanked in Oahu because they were told there it's a vested property right. I mean, I'm just blown away. Is my private property really private? Why is the government involved in so much? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, just my little thoughts there, brother. So,
There you have it. Our deal of the week. 2-bed, 1,500 square feet for $1,075,000 at the Kaanapali Royal. They're in Kaanapali Resort, up on the hillside, away from the ocean, but you're a short stroll or golf cart ride down to the beachfront. Yeah, Johnny?
what would we write this thing at, Danny, if our guy has cash? If we're going to go in with cash, which gets the discount, what do you think is the number?
We'll go
Because this is the
950.
art. I think so too, man, because
950,
what is
quick
that?
close.
There it is. I go 2 weeks, slam jam. Thank you, ma'am. Make sure that we can
2
get those
weeks.
condo
Yeah,
docs ASAP.
and that's
That's
kind of
it.
what I was thinking, based on the recent closings at $1,050,000 and $1,060,000. I mean, $1,060,000 was a year and a half ago. $1,050,000 was 4 months ago. So we're kind of showing a declining market. Whereas even though they came out kind of a good price compared to the other ones, I still think there's room.
I do too, brother. That's it, gangy. That's the DO dub.
Till next time, we go.
Hit us on Sunday if you want to see the vid.